This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
We begin tonight with developing news in North St. Louis County. A man shot by police near a busy shopping center is in the hospital. Investigators say he opened fire on officers first. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. The shooting happened on Parker Road near Florissant. That road was closed most of the day. It just reopened about 2 hours ago. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer has been on the scene all afternoon. Diamond.
Good evening, Mike and Kelly. Well, this incident all happened this morning at 11:30 a.m. when a man robbed a woman of her car keys in this parking lot of Dollar General along Parker Road here near Florissant. Now, police say the suspect then got into the vehicle and shortly after got out of that vehicle. But that's when calls to police started to come in about the attempted vehicle robbery. Now, an officer patrolling this area was the first to make contact with the suspect. The suspect then began firing multiple shots at police that struck only the cruiser and not the police officer. The officer then fired back, hitting the suspect. We also talked to a woman who lives in this area, and she says this crime has got to get under control.
It's going to take a community and just everybody caring and stepping up to the plate and just watch, and we work as a team to get the crime out of our neighborhoods.
Now, officers were able to administer aid to this suspect who is facing non-life-threatening injuries at an area hospital. And again, no officers were injured in this incident, but they say body camera footage will be made available after the investigation concludes. Reporting in North County, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
And we'll continue to bring you updates on this developing story. You can stay up to date with all the latest information on air on KSDK.com and on the 5 on your side app.
In just the last 10 minutes, University of North Carolina officials announced that a faculty member was shot and killed in a campus building today. Right now, a man is in custody after the shooting on the Chapel Hill campus. Around 1 this afternoon, UNC sent an emergency notification to students and staff that an armed and dangerous person was on or near campus. The school went on lockdown. That was lifted about an hour ago. Police have not released any information about the suspect.
Well, today is the first day of a new Missouri law that bans transgender care for minors.
New changes in the law also ban adults who get their health insurance or medical coverage from the state from accessing gender-affirming care. A court ruled the ban could go into effect while the case continues toward trial. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, is in studio with a new push from advocates in the trans community. Mark.
Kelly and Mike, it's been a long road for them. Parents and teens have first taken their pleas to Jefferson City, urging lawmakers not to take these measures, then looking to court where they hoped a judge might pause this ban while it remains under review. Now, advocates at Promo, Missouri and other trans groups are calling on members of the trans community and their allies to step forward and bring their stories to the public. We met with one advocate today. Doctors helped Aro Royston undergo gender transition procedures at 22 years of age. He now manages employees at a Fortune 500 company and is rather active and involved in his community. And he says it's important for people in positions like his to speak out and talk about their transition journey and their story of their regular life at a time like this.
When I was younger, looking up, I didn't see people like me in society and successful. We need to come out. We need to tell our stories. We need to see people like us thriving.
While the ban on transgender medical care for minors is now in effect, the ACLU of Missouri says the case is not over and will go to a full trial on the merits. Just today, a judge scheduled a hearing in that case for later next month.
Today is also the first day of the new Handsfree law in Missouri. The law bans drivers from holding a cell phone in their hands while driving. That means you can't text, watch, or send videos. You can still use Bluetooth and other voice-activated features. Right now, police are encouraged to give out warnings until January 2025. After that, fines will start at $150.
While the weather here at home is calm and quiet, Florida is in a state of emergency. Tropical storm Idalia is making its way towards Florida's Gulf Coast and is expected to rapidly intensify into a Category 3 hurricane. Crews are boarding up windows and doors and distributing sandbags. Also, Floridians in the path of the storm are evacuating. And Florida's governor also activated the National Guard and says he is taking every precaution to keep everyone safe. So let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell. Scott, how bad are they predicting the storm could get?
Well, hurricane hunters are going to be in there a lot overnight tonight into tomorrow, assessing how strong the storm is likely to become. It's very close to being a hurricane right now, just below hurricane strength. But don't focus on just how intense it's going to be. And yes, this is going to be a major hurricane. Right now it has 70-mile-per-hour winds. The western tip of Cuba is getting the action right now. But as this moves over the bathwater of the Gulf of Mexico, it is going to strengthen and do so rapidly. There's going to be some major storm surge, and in some parts of that Big Bend area of Florida, that storm surge could rival the records. But the records don't come from a hurricane, they come from the superstorm back in March of 1993. But the Big Bend area of Florida, which is probably the sparsest population of the entire state, is likely to take the brunt of this. Now, Tampa is likely going to see some flooding with the surge, the storm surge, and that water pushed up into Tampa Bay. May get 4 to 7 feet of storm surge there, and then closer to 8 to 12 feet of storm surge near and just to the right of where that storm comes ashore. Winds likely to be around 125 to 135 miles per hour when it moves ashore. It's going to be a big one, Mike.
Scott, thanks. Tonight, Mayor Tashara Jones is marking the beginning of a new era in St. Louis. You no longer need to live in the city to work for the city. Christine Byers is here to explain why the mayor believes the new rule could help improve city services, including 911 response times. Christine.
Mike, since 1914, anyone who has wanted to work for the city of St. Louis has had to live in the city. As of today, that's no longer the case thanks to the state legislature. In 2020, St. Louis dipped its toe into lifting residency requirements for police officers. There was a 3-year sunset on the legislation, and unions fought to make it permanent and apply to all employees. As of Monday, that law has taken effect, opening the hiring pool to anyone who lives outside the city limits. Mayor Tashara Jones says nationally, cities are experiencing staffing shortages. She believes lifting the residency requirements can help attract more candidates to apply for critical positions like 911 dispatchers. Jones marked the moment with a press conference alongside city employees like airport employee Jerry Moore.
The new policy allows people like me, I'm a new hire, the flexibility of serving the city with the flexibility of staying where I presently live and have lived for a good period of time, or living in the city.
Now, there are 700 jobs open in the city of St. Louis right now. That's about 11% of the total workforce. 911 dispatchers, garbage truck drivers, utility workers, and tree trimmers will be prioritized. I've included a link with where you can apply for a job with this story on KSDK.com. Look for that link under the As Seen on TV section.
Christine, thanks. Happening right now, MoDOT hosting a town hall in Wentzville to discuss its schedule for improvements along Interstate 70. Crews say construction of I-70 from Wentzville to Warrenton is scheduled to start next fall and end by the fall of 2028. This is all part of an almost $3 billion redevelopment project to make the interstate at least 3 lanes wide. Right now, that project is still in the planning stages. That meeting runs until 6 at Wentzville City Hall.